What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we will be showing you how we do the Governor Deletes on our bikes, because as you can tell in our last video, my throttle cable took a crap on me. So we're going to show you how we redo mine, and how we've done mine and Jernigan's Governor Deletes. Also, we'll just show a little bit of riding, stuff like that, and we got to do a little track maintenance, because I'll insert a clip after this what Jernigan did in our turn with his Toyota. It was all in good fun, but stay tuned. We should have a pretty good video for y'all today. Probably be a little short, but stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Finally redoing the throttle cable on Ivy's bike. Giving y'all an idea of how how Jernigan does it.
You see in here we put a bypass spring on the governor. We put tension back towards the front to pull this closed at all times. Take and move this one tab here around to the back. It was located up front. All of the top plate stuff's gone. I just take this adjuster, put in here, run our cable through, and then fasten the cable right here in the front of the governor arm. Leave the factory linkage from the governor arm back to the carburetor, so it gives full throttle with minimal movement. Now if we go up to a Makuni or something later on, we'll have to change this setup so you get a little more adjustability in the throttle linkage, so that you get a little smoother engagement and disengagement. But for right now, everything we give them, we take it all at once, so we don't have to go easy on these.
Yeah.
Just measure this cable up, get a length of where I need to be, and I'll pop the sheath off of here. You recording? Mm-hmm. All right, guys, everybody asked about how do you run your throttle. Once you take your governor delete or bypass the governor or whatever you want to call it, this is how we run them. Straight from a lever style throttle, around, secure your cable down through the frame. I come around through the brake cable housing and circle around the back of the top plate, the factory piece of top plate. Run it through. I cut it for length. I bend a 90-degree in it and poke it through this hole where the spring I have returned for the governor arm. That'll give you full return each time you let off. A lot of people wonder how to rerun the throttle, and we keep it simple. That's about as easy as it'll get right there. Right here on this piece, I see a lot of people use zip ties. I see a lot of people post that they put little wing nuts and a little screw to lock down, especially the little screw that used to be on the top plate back here to lock in the factory cable. Well, the problem with that is it'll bind on this rod right here, and sometimes it'll hit this depending on how far back you have it. And zip ties, it gets really hot in here, so that zip tie will actually melt and it'll lose its tension and it'll slide off. So you got to be careful of that, or you'll lose throttle, or you don't want it to go full throttle and get hung behind something like this plate. So always take caution when doing that. And I know this is not 100% correct way to do this. This is the redneck ingenuity.
Yeah.
Strong, as we were called in a previous comment.
And I guess we should throw a little disclaimer in there. If you do your motor this way by bypass the governor and it messes up, we are not reliable. You are. Just saying.
We're going to button this thing back up. Maybe get out there and turn a few laps. Make sure everything's adjusted right and the idle's right. Get back to you in a little bit.
Alright, this is us doing a little bit of track maintenance. By now I should have showed you the clip what Jernigan did with his Toyota. about trip. Sorry about that. Here's what we're doing. Jernigan had a little lawnmower tractor thing with a 3-point hitch gave to him. So we're gonna try to use that for a little bit of track maintenance, but trying to fill these ruts in from where that Toyota dug. But it'll be a pretty good track. We over on the other side, it's real bouncy over there in that turn, and we've already used that box blade or that scraper blade to smooth it out. Plan on this weekend, the trees here in front of us, we should be getting that out of the way so we can have a full oval track. So ready to do some oval racing here with these go-karts. Check out the unit there, pretty good. Not a bad deal for free. So we're gonna try to get this turn straightened out. Maybe we'll set this camera up and show y'all some hot laps out here at this at the track. So y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, we had to run to the store and get some gas for these mini bikes. We figured we'd come check out this sand pits we've been to with the mini bikes, but we're in Jernigan's good old Jeep. We figured we'd give you a little bit of live action of us just messing around with it a little bit. And yes, I'm eating a bag of chips, so bear with me. Pretty good running Jeep. He only paid what, $1,300?
Yeah.
Needed a fuel pump. One owner.
That's right.
Woo!
And she takes it like a champ.
Yeah. To have no tread on the tires. It pulls pretty good.
That's right.
4 lows pretty nasty. Definitely pretty nasty in 2-wheel drive on the pavement. But it's pretty clean on the inside. See what this little Jeep will do. With those new eBay special fog lights. Sounds awesome with that exhaust digging into the rocks. Oh yeah, sounds awesome. So guys, we're gonna play around in this Jeep a little bit more. We'll get back to you with the mini bikes here in a minute.
Today, folks, tragedy has struck again. Ivy, tell us about it.
Well, Jernigan had a bright idea. Hey, let's go jump these things where we have before in the recent videos. And so we did. And I have a bad problem of just sending it, not caring. So that's what happened.
Broke the foot peg off. Not only just the foot peg, the whole damn mountain bar.
I got a hole in the frame.
Yep, let me get over there. There be thy hole.
So that means next thing we're going to be doing is showing y'all how to put broken pegs back on a Baja Warrior. Didn't really want to do this, but we're going to have to. Jernigan had an idea of welding another pipe to this and welding around that. We're gonna have to look into this because didn't expect that to happen. The thing about it was he was right behind me and hit it the same way I did. But it had broke that way and it ended up coming off anyway. So I didn't break the other side, so it's all good.
Well, right now we're about 2.5 miles from the house, so that means he's gonna have to peg leg it all the way back home.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to tuck that foot up on that clutch cover, that starter cover there.
Yeah. So that ought to be fun. I don't know. We might do something different with that. We might we've seen before. I might cut the other one off and put a pipe here and do it on the other side also, and maybe get a full length pipe and run it. Maybe run it on the top. Think that maybe would be better.
Give you better ground clearance.
And it would be a little stronger. Instead of just 2 pieces hanging off the side, it would be a full length bar. I might look into doing that, and putting where, you know, I'm gonna have to cover this hole up, but where I cut it off on that side, also do the same thing over there to kind of maybe brace both spots up and make it match. So I might look into doing that. You know, I've seen that before, but do it on the inside instead of out here. Still probably be, what's that, 1.5 inches maybe?
Yeah. Maybe
still be that. I probably won't do cast iron, because I'd like to keep these grips on there. I like this little grip. So, let's get this thing to the house and figure out what I want to do. I might end up doing that. So that'll probably be in one of our next videos. It seems like I can't. Seems like every video I'm tearing this thing up. But hey, we give it to them. We don't cut them no slack. I mean,
it's better for the viewers. You get to see more repair videos.
Yeah. So if y'all ever have this problem, y'all know what to do. But I mean, we had a shout out to a guy. He shout out to us on the Coleman and Baja page. We want to appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. So if you didn't know, I'm Travis Ivy. That's Jimmy Jernigan on the Coleman and Baja Warrior page. So if you see us, give us a shout out or anything. But yeah, I guess in our future videos we'll be showing you how to fix this. So.
And I don't get to use my famous line today.
What?
Having to tow your ass back to the shop.
Yeah, and I mean, usually when we're out here we bring them on the truck, but we found another way over here, so we've actually rode them. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun ride back. But,
2.5 miles of peg legging.
Yeah, because we were gonna, you know, we were out here just to enjoy it. I mean, it's a good day out here. What, 80 degrees or so?
Yeah, beautiful day.
But
somebody had to ruin it.
Yeah, I'm always ruining it. I didn't get hurt or anything. It was good. I was already on the ground by the time. That's what broke it when I hit the ground. How high did you think you got?
You were a good 18 inches off the ground.
And how far?
Probably a 12, 15 foot length. Yeah, you were going pretty good at it.
Jernigan's gonna do one next. Maybe we'll get him, we'll video it. Maybe he'll do the same thing. That wasn't good enough. You gotta do it again. One more time. One more time. It was good, but viewers said you got to keep going until you break your peg off.
Nope, ain't gonna happen.
All right, guys, we're gonna get this thing back to the shop. So we'll let you know when we get back. And, let's go peg leg these things to the house. All right, guys, got back to the shop. Looking at this frame tubing here. The thickness of it is not really just going to allow us to weld it back in. We're going to need something to build the rigidity back to this frame here in this corner. We got to brainstorming and thinking a little bit. Now, just for demonstration purpose, not what we're actually going to use. This is old curtain rod, I think. But I think we're going to take advantage of this situation to move our pegs back to about halfway to case here, and on the other side give enough room to stick out by the torque converter, and it's not going to hit the back of the torque converter cover or case, and it won't interfere with changing the belt, but it'll also take your weight away from being distributed here and move it back toward the center of the bike. That way you can actually stand up when maneuvering in the woods on trails or whatnot. If you got a Baja Warrior, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you try to stand up on these pegs, and that seat turns into a jackhammer and comes up your back side. Feels like it touches the base of your neck sometimes. But yeah, if you move back to this far, I mean, basically this is what we're going to be looking at. There will be a straight pipe all the way across the bottom for extra support of weight. Keep from tying into this frame and weakening it by heating with the welder. We'll attach it under the bottom. It'll take away a little bit of ground clearance. And if you look at leaning over, you should still have a good bit of distance to travel to get over. And you still have plenty of room out here to rest your feet. And once you get on it, it's not a bad stance or sitting position. It's actually pretty comfortable with checking your feet at this level instead of out front.
It'd be more kind of like riding a dirt bike.
Exactly.
And if you think about it, when we do this, we'll have to take the motor off and where we can flip the bike over. And there'll be a little bit more stability and strength in that part of the frame because you have this whole motor plate here, you know. So it'll be a lot better, I think. We're gonna probably try mine and maybe do Jernigan's next. So
yeah, because I've definitely been wanting to move my pegs back and get a little bit of weight towards the back of the bike when you're standing up and trying to ride or climbing hills or anything like that. It helps to get your weight towards the back without actually falling off of it. With your feet sticking out in front of you under the handlebars, so to speak, it's just a little hard to maneuver and keep control when the back end starts coming around or starts to get out from under you. So for control and comfort and stability and durability, I think it's going to be a wise move. But that'll be a next project. Y'all stay tuned. We'll show you what we do.
alright guys, I guess we're gonna put an end to this video. We've broke enough stuff today. So we'll keep you updated on this. Hopefully we'll be doing it here pretty soon. Because we don't like having these things down for too long of a time. Mine was down a little less than a week because of this throttle cable. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know we kind of scrambled around a little bit what we were doing. But yeah, hopefully we'll have that next. We're going to end up having to take that motor off to be able to, because we're going to flip that bike completely over to be able to weld that, get where we want it. Shouldn't be too hard. It should all just come off as a unit. So let us know what you think about this idea. Like I said before, if you see us on the Coleman and Mini Bike and Baja Facebook pages, give us a shout out. I'm Travis Ivy. He's Jimmy Jernigan. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Y'all have a good day. Always remember, raise hell, praise Dale. I know we put an end to this video, but we wanted to give you a little update. We went to my grandpa's and found this solid piece of stop, and it's 23 inches wide. I'm going to tack weld it. There's a brace right here under the motor, and I think that's pretty strong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tack weld this thing up here. Just give it a little tack just to ride it around and test to make sure that's how I want it. And from outside of this peg to outside of this peg was 23 inches, so it's not like it's getting any wider or anything. I might lose just a little bit of ground clearance, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. We're gonna end up patching this up. Also, as you can tell, when we put these forks on, it set my front tire forward, and it looked very awkward. So what we did was we trimmed this front bracket and just bent it up. So what I'm gonna do is run 2 beads across that and weld that up, and made those forks look a lot better on this bike. It looked really weird, like a underbite, you know, on the front of the bike. So that's gonna have that looking good. I just wanted to give y'all an update on what we're gonna do. The next video, if this works out good, we will be tearing this motor off, getting this welded up, go ahead and put a good coat of paint on this bike, and show y'all how to do that. And if anybody else has this problem, we're going to be patching that hole also. So if anybody else has a problem, you'll know how to do it. So now, y'all have a good one. See you later.